Well, you've sat down, you've got out your iPad or your phone, you click onto YouTube, and you see that your favorite cycling magazine YouTuber has got the latest and greatest bike and they're doing a review on it. But the question here is, are they biased? And why would they be biased? Well, let's roll that intro and let's have a bit of a discussion about why could they be biased, how does the industry work, and why they can't say anything that's too negative about these products. Now, the first thing we need to understand is that when these channels get the equipment, they get it before it's actually released. And usually they call this an embargo. So there will be a date and time, and that time will be set to some city in the world so everyone has the same time. And they get this product early so they can look at it and play with it. And if it's a bike, they'll be riding it. They will see how it feels. They will look at all of the different features on it. So then they can actually do a video. Now, when they get this equipment, there could be two scenarios that they're given this equipment. Now, one, it could be paid. And if it's paid, then they're paying to give you a review. And typically, a person I follow called Potato Jet, he actually gave a breakdown of how it works. And he did a camera for Sony, and they paid him about $5.50 US. So he said that because you're getting paid, you have to read all the instructions, use the camera, find out all of the little intricate things about it, and then you make a video. So you're getting about $5,500 for one video, but the video has to be pretty comprehensive. And the other scenario is where these people who also are in photography called F-stoppers talk about where you're just given a product. And a lot of YouTubers say this, they say, look, I've been given this product. Yes, I've got it for free, but then I can say whatever I like and I'm not being paid to say anything I like and I'm still completely unbiased. And I must admit, I did a video like this on the Nitecore Lite, but that wasn't given to me by the manufacturer. That was given to me by a retailer. So I know this guy pretty well, and it was kind of like mates to mates, see what you think of this light and do a review on it. So I don't see that in the same ballpark, but you may see it in the same ballpark, and that's fine that I may have been a bit biased because I was given the light. But in the bigger industry where the actual manufacturers, say someone like DJI, or when it comes to bikes, it could be Trek, or it could be Colnago, and because that one just came out recently, could be that new Trek with the hole in the rear that looks pretty sexy, or whatever bike that's come out, the new release or the new group set with the Dura-Ace 12-speed on. Those products may be given to these people and they actually may get to keep them or not get to keep them, but if they say anything bad, then they're probably not going to get any more gear. And of course, that's going to impact the views in their channel because then they can't feature the latest equipment, latest bikes and everything. Like someone like me can't. I can't feature the latest equipment because no manufacturer is giving me stuff. Probably one, because I'm not big enough. And also two, because I kind of tell the truth. And that's the same with someone like Peak Talk and also Habini. And the products they generally get given are more from the direct Chinese manufacturers.
We had gotten on the list to get products,
Yeah, we've had a good relationship with them in the past.
Yeah, and the last product that they sent us, I had some problems with. It was the DJI Action camera, and
To say that mildly.
well, yeah, I mean, there were some incredible new features and some things that it did better than any other camera I had tested.
But at the end of the video, do you recommend going out and buying it?
No, I don't recommend going on, but it had major issues, like it would overheat and stuff.
Okay.
And so I just felt like I have to mention this in the video. DJI did not give me the product. It was a loaner, right? So I could say they're not paying me to say anything. And I don't even get to keep this product. So they're not incentivizing me to say positive things about their product. But there's this unspoken rule that's like, hey, we're gonna give you this, obviously because we want free promotion. And if you don't give us good, free, positive promotion, you don't get anything else in the future, right?
Now, as you can see from the video that you just watched from Fstoppers, he explains quite in detail how that you can get a product from a certain manufacturer and you say just one negative thing about it and you make that a big thing, then you're probably not going to get any more gear or equipment from them in the near future. And this, I would say, is pretty industry-wide. It's the culture, it's the way YouTubers interact with these manufacturers. And if you're kind of a mid or to smaller, you're not a really super big YouTuber, then you're probably not going to get paid to do the reviews. But of course, these smaller YouTubers are quite happy to receive these new pieces of equipment because it boosts their channel. They've got the latest equipment on it. You can get more views. And of course, more views means more money. You can sell more merch and that's money in your pocket. So it's advantageous to them to not be negative towards the product, and then they're going to get more stuff from that said manufacturer. So in conclusion, we probably instinctively know this, that these manufacturers are biased. And how do they get this new bike as soon as it's released? We can't even get it from the shop. They've got it and they're reviewing it and they're riding it. Well, that's how. And we instinctively know that there's some sort of relationship between that YouTuber and that product we're viewing. But now we've actually seen it. We've seen it spoken to someone who's a fairly big YouTuber explaining the intricacies of how all that works. So when we sit down and we turn on our iPad or turn on our phone, we open up and we see a notification from our favorite YouTube cycling magazine, then we need to really think about, hey, how come they got given this bike, or how come they got given this group set or any other cycling product? And the answer to that is probably because that company wants them to say positive things about the product. And if you keep saying positive things about the product, then you're going to get the next latest model, or you might get a gravel bike for it or whatever. And that's good for your channel. So you minimize the negatives and you expand the positives, because that all sounds great. And it's almost like as if, everyone's patting everyone on the back and we're all happy, except for the consumer who's laying his cash on the table, buys the bike and then finds, hey, look, the bike is not what it is as advertised. So that is where there's people around who do say this. And the people who are really doing this, one of the biggest people I really am a big fan of is Hambini, because, okay, I know he has a very set humor style. Some people find that a little bit too much, but he's really exposed a lot of the manufacturing, especially when it comes to the quality control. And another guy that's doing a great job is Peak Talk. He's doing some great jobs. And I like to think that I'm also kind of raising that, because any technology that usually comes out, and I've worked with technology for a lot of years, not specifically bikes, but very significant technology. And I can tell you right now, this equipment or product, never as good as they make it out to be. There's always issues with them. Or in some cases, I've actually seen some equipment, not to do with cycling, it didn't even do what they claimed. So that's the world we live in. Marketing is everything's wonderful, and then you buy the product, and then you sort of come back down to earth. So that's the reality, and that's what I just wanted to make this video about. I just want to open people's eyes to how the whole YouTube industry works. And obviously, people want to have bigger channels, they want to have more eyeballs, and that's why it's a hand-in-glove arrangement. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you next vid.